Good morning, USA. Good morning, USA. What's happening? You guys see the title? The title is Do Americans Regret Voting for Donald Trump? You see all the stuff that's going on now? That's my question for today. This Sunday, I think it's March the 10th, March the 9th. Do Americans regret voting for Donald Trump now? What's up, Roshan? What's up, my man? Yeah, well, this question has to be asked because now that's all you see, especially since he got Elon Musk running stuff. This Doge bull crap. That's all you see. They eliminating jobs left and right. People are pissed off. People are pissed off. And now it's like one lie after another lie. Let's talk about it. Do people regret voting for Donald Trump now? The way he the way he switched sides, the way they did that the president of Ukraine, the way they treated him, Zelensky, him and JD Vance ganging up on the little man, telling him, "Oh, you ain't say thank you enough." Like they two gangsters. They've been watching the Godfather movie. Zelensky, kiss my hand. Yes, Godfather. You haven't said thank you enough. Thank you, Godfather. Thank you, JD Vance. He's like consigliere. You haven't said thank you enough. Get on your knees and say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kiss my hand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Donald Trump. You ain't said thank you enough. Like two gangsters over there. You ain't say thank you enough. I say thank you 100 times, Godfather. That's not enough. And then you got his other goon back there. Do you own a suit? Next time after the war's over, I will wear a suit for you, sir. What a bunch of freaking assholes. Do you regret voting for Donald Trump now, all you Republican voters? And I know we was caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, people can't hate on us. It was like we was caught in the middle. Do we vote for Kamala Harris, a minority woman that they tried to pass off as being a black woman, but she was really Indian? Do we vote for her when it's 2-3 million migrants coming across the border every day? People complaining about how they taking over neighborhoods, all these bad gangs. Do we vote for them? Or do we vote for Donald Trump? The man who just got convicted of 34 crimes. That January 6th shit. That treasonous act. Who do we vote for? Man, it was too easy to vote for Donald. Okay, you know what? We're gonna forget about January 6th. We're gonna vote for Donald Trump because we tired of all these illegal immigrants crossing our border. So we voted for Donald Trump. We voted for Donald Trump, and now look at what look how Donald Trump's thanking everybody by eliminating jobs, getting rid of all the getting rid of all the minority programs. Cutting school budgets. Eliminate the diversity stuff. He even had the nerve to say when that one plane crashed that was because the diversity program was the reason why the plane crashed. And now they threatening to cut Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security benefits. And you had that one black congressman, Al Green, not the singer Al Green. I mean, it could have been him, but it wasn't. How can you mend a broken heart? It wasn't that Al Green. It was a Congressman, Al Green from Texas, that stood up when Donald Trump was giving his speech with his cane. And he was saying, don't cut Medicaid. Don't cut Medicaid. And all the Republicans was booing him. Boo! Lock him up. Take him out of here. And they messed with Zelensky about not having a suit on, but they ain't mess with Elon Musk. He ain't had no suit on when he came in with that chainsaw. Chainsaw! Chainsaw! They ain't said nothing about that, did they? Nah. But they're gonna mess with the president of Ukraine because he ain't had no suit on. And like I said in my previous video, when he go back home, he gotta fight a war. When Trump leave, he on the golf course. What's her name? That Marjorie Taylor. I think they said that was her husband or boyfriend. When they go home, they probably gonna be on a boat. Donald Trump is the only president. Think about it. He's the only president that didn't serve in the military. So he don't give a shit about veterans. He's the only president that didn't serve in the military. And then you got Elon Musk, neo-Nazi from South Africa. South Africa. That's worse than damn Mississippi back in 1950. South Africa have apartheid. Ain't no blacks. Black people can't even go to South Africa. That part of South Africa, it's all white. And that's who Donald Trump running with. Might as well be running with the KKK. Got him in there, and he's not American. Don't have no clearance. None. Not a secret, not a top secret, not the one above top secret. He has no clearance, and he got all these young little hackers in there, little goon hackers in there, going through everybody's Social Security and Medicaid shit. Think about that. Do you regret voting for Donald Trump now? Why he's doing all this stuff? I'm gonna say yeah for you. And I'm gonna say this one phrase I hate, but I hear everybody saying it. Let's be clear. Everybody saying that. Let's be clear. What Donald Trump's doing now, when they start messing with Medicare and Social Security, trust me, that's affecting everybody. It ain't just older people, everybody. You young people too. Because you guys are working now trying to build up your Social Security. It ain't just old people they messing with. They messing with everybody that's working. If you working right now, the money that you make goes to Social Security. This ain't nothing given to you. This ain't like welfare. This is money that you worked for. Okay? When you work, the money you make contributes to Social Security. So when you get old, you have something to live. You can claim Social Security. Okay? And right now, as I speak, let's be clear. Right now, it's some people only getting $1,000 a month, $1,200 a month Social Security. That's all they got. Okay. You live off $1,000 a month. It's some people that's all they got. They getting $1,000 a month Social Security, $1,200 a month. That's got $1,200 a month Social Security. Let's be clear. You think Donald Trump and Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, give a shit about Social Security? If you think they do, then I feel sorry for you. They could care less about Social Security. They're rich. They're rich. The money I heard Elon Musk is worth like some billions of dollars. Okay, billions of dollars. So he could care less about anybody making Social Security. So yeah, it's easy for him to cut Medicaid, Social Security, Medicare, eliminating all the government jobs. Social Security right now is having a hard time. Like if you call in, you might hear your wait time is 35 minutes. They're already understaffed now. So, trying to help people out. So, if they cut more jobs, now you might hear your wait time is 1 hour. And let's say your phone, because that happens a lot. Let's say your phone cut off, right? And you got to call back. You got to start all over again, go to the end of the line. You be pissed off. Man. So, yeah. Leave a comment. Do you regret voting for Donald Trump now? During Trump's rally speech to Congress, the quiet moment said the most. Let's see what this is. The New York Times. During Trump's rally speech to Congress, the quiet moment said the most. President Trump's comments on tariffs and Social Security sent something of a chill through the House chamber. There were props and costumes, guest stars, hecklers, a couple of turncoats, and one freed hostage. There was wicked laughter, imperial imagination, fanatical arithmetic, and one declaration of divine providence. President Trump's speech on Tuesday was a long and loud spectacle that went on for about 100 minutes, making it the longest presidential address to Congress in modern history. But it was the rare moments of relative silence that seemed to say the most. Republicans were so rowdy for so much of the night, roaring at Mr. Trump's talk about the border and his legal and political victories, jumping to their feet at his declaration that wokeness is trouble, wokeness is bad, that it was telling when they just sat still. They went mostly mute when the president began to talk about tariffs. His speech coincided with the start of a trade war he has launched against America's neighbors, Canada and Mexico, which has sent marketing tumbling. He warned in his address that there may be a little bit of a adjustment period, just a tad. The many members of his cabinet who will be responsible for trying to clean up whatever fallout comes listen quietly from the front row as Mr. Trump said this. Just behind them sat John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, who had appeared on CNN earlier that day to express wariness about the new tariffs. Mr. Trump recalled that the last time he was president and used tariffs, things went a little haywire, but ultimately seemed to work out. He asked his audience to bear with me again and promised that this time would be even better. At this, the chamber filled with the sound of Democratic withering laughter. For so much of the night, the Democrats seemed like lost creatures who crash landed on a hostile new planet and were struggling to breathe the air. They were Pepto-Bismol pink, waved little black paddles, and shouted in unison about the January 6th Capitol attack when the president said he supported police. Right. What a hypocrite. The Republicans cheered anytime he toured with Democrats. He took pleasure reminding them of the Kennedy scion who had defected from their party and was sitting on the side of the aisle with that kind of name, Mr. Trump cracked. You would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. How quickly they forget. Yeah, because now Robert Kennedy is he jumped ship and now he's a Republican. He was a Democrat. His whole family was Democrat. Republicans rose to applaud Speaker Mike Johnson's decision to boot Representative Al Green, there he is, Democrat of Texas, from the chamber after he stood and shook his cane at the president, shouting, "You have no mandate to cut Medicaid." Former Speaker Nancy Pelosi kept a cold, calculated look on her face throughout much of the night while Republicans roared at Mr. Trump's talk about reclaiming the Panama Canal and his insistence that God has spared his life because he was destined to save America. And Nancy Pelosi was crying. She was crying, she was crying. And those weren't tears of joy. She simply began to laugh when he asked, So Democrats sitting before me for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? The air in the House chamber became charged when the president mentioned that Elon Musk was sitting up in the gallery. Every head in the room turned toward the tech mogul as he stood up. Gone was the Bond supervillain look and the tech support t-shirt. Instead, he had on a suit and tie. It was a most Washington look for the man currently razing Washington to the ground. There's Elon. Doesn't he look dapper in his suit? Was it meant as a display of respect for Congress, an institution for which he normally seems to have so little respect? Or did it have to do with the fact that the president had taunted the Ukrainian leader, Vladimir Zelensky, for not wearing a suit when he visited the White House last week? Yes, you don't have a suit on. You don't have a suit on. Kiss my hand. Tell me thank you 100 times, and we might work with you. Say thank you. And JD Vance, you have some nerve coming in here. You're not showing us any respect. Anyway, Republicans barely stirred while Mr. Trump rattled off figures describing the shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud he and Mr. Musk claim to have discovered within the Social Security Administration. It is easy for the Republicans to make noise and jump up and down when Mr. Trump talks about the Panama Canal and making English the official language of the United States. But what about when he picks up the third rail of American politics, the popular safety net program, Social Security? Here we go. And starts to play with it while millions of folks at home are watching. Do you regret voting for Donald Trump now? At one point, he began to complain about unelected bureaucrats trying to thwart his agenda. It was the Democrats' turn to make noise. They began to point and shout over the many heads of the Republican Party up into the gallery where Mr. Musk was watching. So yeah, do you regret voting for Donald Trump now? Would you rather just let all the millions of migrants come over here? That's the trade-off, right? Americans are in a bad situation. I just want foreign countries to know that it was in a bad situation. It was damn if you do, damn if you don't. Six on one side, half a dozen the other. Let millions of illegal migrants come through here, or vote for Donald Trump, the man who initiated January the 6th, among other things. The con artists who took a gamble. And either way, we was going to lose. So I'm done. Leave a comment if you like. Some people might watch this. Some people might agree with me. I don't care. All I know now is people are pissed off. People are pissed off. But Donald Trump, well, I gotta say this too. He had to put the brakes on Elon Musk. He did do that because people complain. What's his name? Marco Rubio. Gotta admit, he didn't look happy the whole time. They was berating on Zelensky. He sat there with a look on his face like this ain't right, but he ain't say nothing. But I heard he told Elon Musk, you better back off, cutting too many jobs. Too many people complaining. You know how Americans can get. You get too many people complaining, and now you're going to have a revolt on your hand. And it's already there. It's already there. The Republican people getting booed now when they try to have meetings. I can't wait to see Donald Trump have his next meeting. You know how he like to brag about his crowds? Let's see what his next meeting. Let's see what his next meeting gonna look like. And let's see how the crowd reacts now. I guarantee you it's gonna be a whole lot of boos. A whole lot of boos. And the fact now that he's siding with Putin, he joined the dark side. Donald Trump got Americans on the bad side. Can you believe that? A lot of Americans ain't happy. I'm telling you right now. It's one thing to tell Ukraine that we ain't gonna give you no more money because we gonna gave you too much money. It's another thing to say, hey, you started the war, but you didn't. That's a lie. And now we're gonna side with Putin. That's a whole nother thing. I'm gonna say that phrase. I hate when I hear people say that. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. The moment he joined Putin's side, the rest of the world now is against us. Canada, even England, everybody now is against us. He just rearranged the whole way things used to be, and he's trying to rearrange the government. So once again, leave a comment if you like. Are you happy? Do you regret voting for Donald Trump? I'm done. Peace out. Knowing what you know now.